Pelicans play mid-season tournament game last night.
You don't even know the name of the team.
Yeah, I do not know the name. The NBA Invitational, baby. Is that it?
NBA Cup, yeah, something like that.
Whatever, dude. It's awesome because the court is awesome. I take back everything I said. Pelicans break the streets. They beat the hell out of the Mavericks last night in the Smoothie King Center. And if you didn't see the court, give me a picture of the court because it is fantastic. When I originally saw the uniforms, I was picturing them, I guess, on the regular court, and I was kind of bleh, a little meh about the entire deal. But like most things in context, when taken as a whole, it's a very comprehensive package that gave off a very cool, weird vibe. It's the voodoo colors, and those are odd colors. You never see them writ that large, and combined with stuff like the Titantron in there and everything. I thought it was a fantastic, spooky, creepy, fun look that absolutely worked for me last night.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. They needed it. 5-game losing streak. Vibes were really bad. But the role players of the story for me, like Zion and Ingram looks a little clunky so far. They need to get better. But having Dyson Daniels and Herb Jones on the court at the same time makes it almost impossible to score. One day soon, you're going to have Jordan Hawkins and Trey Murphy on the court at the same time. It's going to be really hard to play a three-point defense. So it's one game, but it's one that they needed. It was a really exciting night in the Smoothie King Center.
Look at that trophy, Mario. You see that trophy there at the center of the court? And the Pels right now, for what it's worth after the win in their division, West B, Denver's 2-0. Houston's 1-0. The Pels are now 1-1. Dallas 1-2. The Clippers are 0-2. Pels with a plus 18-point differential thanks to the big win. And you mentioned Herb. You know, if you're not convinced with what an incredible defender Herb Jones is, well, Luka Doncic right now is leading the NBA in scoring. He's averaging 32 points a game. Last night, he just torched the Pelicans for what, 30?
Yeah. When
Herb was out, Herb comes back. What happens? Luka Doncic scores a season-low 16 points on 5 of 16 shooting. It's only the second time this year he's failed to eclipse 23. It's the overall lowest point total of the season for the Mavericks. He was giving Herb Jones love in the postgame afterwards, talking about what an incredible defender he is. And on top of shutting down Doncic, Herb also goes for 19, 4, and 4. Yeah.
That was awesome.
I mean, after the game, Luka said he's just a great defender. You could really see his impact because he wasn't there the first time.
Yep.
I really admire that guy.
You could tell from the first quarter of the game, like the Pelicans were getting stops. They were getting out and running. And like I said, Dyson Daniels deserves a lot of credit too. He was on Kyrie a lot of the night, and he finished with 17 points on 6-13 shooting. So that combo is a lot of fun to watch. There's not a lot of spacing, not a lot of shooting with that starting five, but the defense is elite with those two guys.
Oh, and then Hawkins brought the shooting for sure last night. Jordan Hawkins continued to play well. Mario, how happy were you when Najee Marshall hit the buzzer beater at the end of the first?
Very happy. So when he took the shot, I'm not going to lie, I was kind of like, what are you doing? Because he went into his gather with like 2 seconds still left on the clock. But hey, went in. Shout out to Najee. Definitely provided a spark off the bench. And Alvarado is going to be back sometime either this week or next week, so that's even more energy on the court.
And what's the latest on Trey Murphy? As the Pelicans are already shooting it pretty well between Hawkins, Matt, or at least when in the games that they've won, like the shooting has shown up. But I still feel comfortable saying they're in a much better spot in that regard than they have in the past couple of years. And when Trey Murphy comes back, well, then they might be downright good at it.
Yeah, he's still a few weeks away. The progress looks good. He's on the court. He's running around doing some stuff, but not quite to 5-on-5 yet. So still a few weeks till we know more about Trey.
No Willie Green, no problem. Willie Green out with illness last night. Does J.J. Barrega need to be the head coach?
No, but I'm really glad he's the top assistant. Good work from him, especially in the third quarter yesterday. The Pelicans outscored the Mavericks up 44-31. Y'all know that's been a big problem during the losing streak, so good coaching.
So, Mark, do you know how the Invitational works here? Like, well, how many games? Like, what's the metric? Like, what do the top 2 teams advance from each group?
I believe the top 2 go to Las Vegas for like the end of the tournament, and I do know the Pelicans need to win their next 2 games for them to advance against the Nuggets and whoever they have after the Nuggets. Let's see, the Timberwolves, both at home.
Okay,
Friday and Saturday.
Man, speaking of the T-Wolves, Draymond choking out Cat last night.
Yeah, how about that?
Like a real-ass headlock, too. Like locked in.
Yeah.
Pulling back on him.
Karl Anthony Towns, I'm going to need you to do a little bit more than just stand behind Draymond and then pat him on the
Or
butt.
excuse me, choking out Gobert. That's right. Yeah. Cat did nothing.
Yes.
That was coward.
Like, come on, man. If that's the Pelicans, I guarantee you Najee Marshall and Brandon Ingram are both throwing punches.
Y'all think
Bro,
just
you
for
gotta
like
fight.
you think for just a second he's like, man, you started COVID.
Yes. I didn't think of that, but yes.
Hey, got your back.
Yeah, Gobert. God, he really did get. He kind of.
The start of the game too. I saw that highlight all night the same way you guys did, but I just saw the score was 0-0, and there was like 11 minutes left in the first quarter when that went down.
Well, yeah, it's the invitational tournament. Like, what do you mean? Everybody's fired up. Everybody's trying to win the cup.
And a lot of people on Twitter were
You
like,
laughed, Taylor. There were a lot of fights last night.
No, I know. I saw
All
it.
throughout the
That's-
league.
That's why I'm laughing, because I'm like, I know you're kind of being tongue-in-cheek,
No,
but
I'm
at the same
not.
time, you're also correct.
No, everybody wants it. There's a trophy on the middle of the floor. It means a little more.
well, before the game, a lot of people said Steph's not playing. Draymond's going to find a way to get ejected. And like 1 minute into the game, a lot of people correctly predicted the future.
Draymond's like that meme where the guy throws up the deuces and disappears. All right, I'm out.